Hello and welcome to your post-match roll here in Anfield Index. I'm Trev Downey, joined by Jim Boardman and Dave Hendrick to discuss the most recent debacle: Leeds 3, Liverpool 3 from Ellen Road. Dave, we haven't had a chance to have a chat there at all in the preamble. So interesting to hear where you are because, frankly, where I am in this, and I'll be honest, I'm just going to be straight with everybody because I've dealt with that many wankers during the week, sanctimonious wankers, that I'm just going to be honest. And from an honest perspective, I'm kind of a bit furious that it's ended in a draw. I'd rather they nicked it at the end. I'll be perfectly honest with you, because not like we're going to win the league at this point, and I felt like maybe that would hasten some sort of action. But as we talked there just before you joined us, the lads were saying, Jim was saying quite rightly, if there's a plan in place, it's in place and it's been in place. So it probably doesn't have any impact on it one way or the other. Anyway, how are you after that?
Yeah, I kind of land like Jim. I think, regardless of the result, it is just. I think a plan is in place. I think wheels are in motion, and I don't think the result ultimately today will make much difference. I think if a decision has been made, it's been made on what's come before. That is one of the dumbest games of football I've ever watched. I do think we were the better team today, but at the same time, you look back at the game, they gift us two goals.
They're a very bad team.
I don't think we were going to score. We didn't feel like we were going to score. Virgil had a couple of headers. Curtis hits the crossbar from a mile out. It didn't feel like we were going to score. They gift us the first goal. Then they gift us the second goal, which is, it's a decent cross by Bradley. But if the keeper leaves it, it's going harmlessly across. He kind of backs it back onto Hugo. So we're 2-0 up, and we should cruise from there. I mean, they're Leeds United. There's a reason they've been in the bottom four all season long. They're newly promoted. And then Ibu does one of the dumbest things Ibu has done this season. And, that's a fairly low bar. And they score. And then from there, it's a calamity. The second goal, lads, I know I hammer him, but Ryan Gravenberg, I'm sorry. Like, Anton Stack is your man. You're standing next to him. You let him drift off you while you stand still. Then you let him pick the ball up and cut back in. Curtis Jones doesn't cover himself in glory, but he scores, and Gravenberg is blaming everybody else. Then we get back ahead. It's a good ball from Grav to McAllister. It's not going to lead to anything, but McAllister leaves it. Dom scores. And you think, okay, right, 3-2. Let's just get out of here with a win. Arna empties the bench to put on as many defensive players as possible and make us, basically play a 4-5-1. We're parking the bus. We're inviting pressure, and this they're go. I don't. I. It's a simple ball to deal with, and Gravenberg shits himself and turns away from it because he sees Calvert-Lewin jumping towards him.
It's actually a fantastic assist.
But the thing is, if Tanaka misses, it's a penalty because Gravenberg handles it as well.
Mm,
But he actually
he takes the pace out of the ball.
He takes
a
the
drop
pace off it. Basically, yeah, he might as well have dropped it onto his toe. And credit to Tanaka, it's a decent finish from a tight angle as he comes in. But, like, lads, we got hammered at home by Forest. They got comfortably beaten today by Everton. We got outplayed in the week by Sunderland. They got hammered today at City. We've just drawn with one of the worst teams in the league. This easy run that was, I was told, just have patience. This next run is going to fix our season. That's what people told me. Forest home, PSV home, West Ham away, Sunderland home, Leeds home. That's 5 wins. No, it's not. It's 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 defeats, with only 1 point from the 3 games at Anfield. One measly draw from 3 games at Anfield against pretty poor teams. 4 points away against really poor teams in the league. This is a shambles. If Brighton win tomorrow and they're home to West Ham, and United play Leeds, play Wolves at Molineux on Monday, assuming both of them win, we are 10th after 15 games. 10th after 15 games. That is
Yeah, well,
unthinkable, lads. I thought, like, when this when the poor run started and we lost to Palace and we lost to Chelsea, and we'd been pretty poor before that, but we'd been winning. I was thinking, look, worst case scenario, we're going to end up about fifth or sixth. And if we get a bit of luck, the Champions League might expand to 5 again this year. We might sneak in that way. At no point did I think we'd be sitting here in December still talking about this run, potentially sitting in 10th position in what is, by the way, a crap league. Like, the league is not good at all this year. We would be walking the league if it was last season's Liverpool. Like, last season's Liverpool would be blitzing through this league. We'd probably have 39, 40 points.
and the redemption of the season lies ahead against Inter Milan. All the best. Jim, I want to bring you in on this because it's an interesting point that Dave makes. If we won today, we would be on 25 points, only 8 off the top for all of Arsenal's incredible brilliance that we've been told about. And I suppose some people would have started to get a little bit smug in their, back the players, back the boss, which is something we all want to do, for the love of Christ. Nobody doesn't want to do that. We all want to do that. You just have to, at some point, when you see things systemically screwed, acknowledge the fact that they are. And like I've said now ad nauseum, when you have a million different problems, maybe you just have one problem. And I stand by that as an overall assessment. Again, Dave's just said it. Points wise, now we're on 23. People can leapfrog us. Brighton can go ahead of us, and we could be sitting in a really, really ugly spot at the halfway or just below it. And it's kind of embarrassing, Jim. I mean, you and I have been around a long time, pal, and we've seen a lot. But I think there's something far more galling about being this crap when we have the players to be, as Dave says, clear at the top. It's far worse, really, isn't it, than when you're struggling with a shit team.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been frustrated in previous seasons because we've slipped up when another team has slipped up, and I've been frustrated because that was we were in second, they were in first, and we could have overtaken them or caught up to them or whatever. This is being frustrated because we've slipped up when nobody else has slipped up. We've had the fact we could have been in fifth is because of all the other slip ups from other teams. We're not alone in having slip ups. We're just the best at it, the most consistent at messing up. But today, again, they're not going to keep slipping up forever, and this is what's happened today. No one has really slipped up. They've all done well. There's other teams still to come, and we've slipped up again today. And the thing is, when they're sort of messing up in the game, what that does is it gives us a chance to make up the ground if we win, but we're not winning. So we're making this distance from us on the top get further and further away and less likely to happen. And it just all feels so avoidable. I don't think, right. So you just said like a million reasons, but there's only one. But, there are a lot of different things. And I think today there were times when we ticked some of the bad things off the list that we've not been getting right. I think, like example, put Ekatike on, put the best striker we've actually got, the best centre forward we've got, put him on the pitch, see how he gets on. And let's face it, although that goal was gifted, there's some strikers would have fluffed that chance to get the opener. And, some strikers wouldn't have had the determination to get that second and so on. So, and he does look a good player. And I think the more he plays, the better he'll get. So that's an example of something good that was done today. You start to struggle after that, though. But, there were little good signs. There were moments today where we were looking better. You've got to sort of, that's all tempered by the fact of who we were playing and how bad we've been. And when we talk about an improvement, it's a low bar, isn't it? But then all of that gets cancelled out because the little bits that maybe we ticked off a little bit the last couple of games where we weren't leaking goals like crazy and all the rest of it, making stupid mistakes at the back, all of that goes out of the window. The substitutions were strange today. We keep asking where's Chiesa. What a difference Chiesa might have made in that game. Not, all due respect to his, I'm sure that there's a good player in there somewhere. But, there's times and places for, if you like, indulging players who still need time, who still need a bit of a bit of careful handling. You know, it's not doing him any good to come onto a game like that. Better for him to stand on the sidelines and watch and think, what have I got to do to get into this team? Because he's seeing good in front of him instead of being on there and making things work. And I'm not blaming him for it, you know. But and again, you know, the wider problems to me still exist. The fact that the manager's still here can only be because if we're being run properly, because we're just sorting out a replacement now, and it's going to take a bit of time behind the scenes, which is okay. That's fair enough. And the only reason the manager stays is because if he's better than bringing a caretaker in until the new guy comes in, then again, fair enough. But if that's not happening, and it just throws me back to the fact that Ibu made a stupid mistake today. Ibu's prone to making stupid mistakes. He's a great player when he wants to be, and he's not when he's not when he isn't. And we've had plenty of centre backs like that down the years. There's no competition. He knows he'll play, no matter how bad he is.
Right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts, and even Liverpool legends along the way. With the Great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that, from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.